Hello, my name is Ben Magleby. I've been practicing as a general dentist for about 15 years, and I've also written a few books on dentistry. My wife and I also have 5 children. Today I wanted to give some hints on how to clean children's teeth. I'd like to share some of the things that I have learned as a father to help prevent some of the problems that I have seen as a dentist. For example, this patient's about 6 years old. As you can see, she has pretty good hygiene, she has pink healthy gums, and she brushes regularly. Her parents help her out, but she's still getting cavities between some of her back teeth. Here are a few more examples of other children. You can see on the x-rays some of their cavities are kind of deep. So today, I wanted to show you some of the ways that I clean my children's teeth at home, and hopefully it can help someone out. Before you start, it's always a good idea to wash your hands. First off, the way you hold your child is very, very important. For younger infants and children, one way is to have them lay down on your lap as you sit on the floor. That way you can support their head with your body and arm and clean their teeth with your other hand. And you put their head down your lap, and you can take and you can brush and floss a lot easier. I like using floss picks a lot. They're so much easier to use. That's right. You start in the back of the mouth, floss, just go around their teeth. Just go through all the teeth that touch. Floss, floss, floss. And it's good if you talk to them about it too. Floss, floss, floss. Do the upper teeth, do the lower teeth. And biggest thing is, mostly it's just get all the teeth that touch. She's being very good for me today. Here you go, there's floss. And after that, then you brush their teeth. Always point at the gum line, point down to the lower teeth, and use small, small, soft circles, going all around the mouth. If you can't get the inside, it's not that big a deal. Just do your best. As your child gets a little bit older, sometimes you don't want to sit with them on the ground. Sometimes you can sit on something, and then afterwards you can hold them like this, and you can tilt their head back. And then when you do that, then you can brush and floss too. And that's another good way you can brush and floss their teeth. All right, and that was it. Afterwards, after you're done brushing, then you can always have them practice with spitting. And the thing about it is that lots of times I won't brush their teeth for 2 minutes, and that's all right because I give them the toothbrush after they're done, and then they keep on practicing. And then they can see you practicing with a sibling, or they can also see you practicing and you see you brushing your own teeth. And that way they can learn how to brush a little bit better, just by watching you. Other positions that you can use to clean your children's teeth include, you can stand behind them, or you can have them stand on a stool depending on how tall they are. You can have them lay down on a bed or couch while you sit or kneel above their head, or if you're lucky enough to have 2 adults to help, you can also hold your child in a knee-to-knee position. One adult can help with the child's hands and legs as the other one cleans. For adults and for children, I like flossing first. That way you get the plaque out from between the teeth before brushing it away. This also clears out the spaces between the teeth so that fluoride in the toothpaste can get in there a lot easier to strengthen the areas that need it the most. While I like regular floss string for myself, when I'm flossing a child's teeth, I like using a floss pick so much easier. When I floss my children's teeth, it's most important to floss any teeth that touch. Of course, it's great to floss all of your children's teeth, but sometimes you need to pick your battles, and some teeth have wide open contacts that are just as easy to clean with just a toothbrush. There are several different types of floss picks. The adult style that comes with a built-in toothpick, child floss picks that come in different colors without a sharp toothpick, and some floss picks are a little skinnier on one side so you can still floss with braces on. When brushing, use a soft toothbrush with very little toothpaste. The main reason to brush teeth is to get rid of plaque, so you do not need to use very much toothpaste. When I'm brushing an infant's teeth, sometimes I don't use any at all. With children who might swallow toothpaste, use a tiny amount, smaller than a grain of rice. When they learn how to spit it out, you can use something closer to a pea-sized amount. As you brush teeth, always point the toothbrush at the gum line, up on the upper teeth, down on the lower teeth, brushing in small soft circles or small movements. If there's a lot of plaque on the teeth, then the gums can be inflamed and they can bleed a little. This isn't bad, it's just your body's natural reaction to the bacteria in the plaque. Just keep on brushing softly and consistently twice a day, and the gums will heal and they won't bleed anymore. This video is of a 6-year-old who is really good about brushing her lower left side, but she was missing some other areas. Notice where the plaque builds up. This is mostly along the gum line and between the teeth. I'm using a scaler here only because it shows up so well on the video. A toothbrush would be much faster and safer. This is a picture of an 11-year-old. I asked him to stop brushing for a few days to see how much plaque he could build up. You can see little fuzzy sweaters along his gum line, but for the most part, his teeth don't look that bad. Sometimes plaque is a little bit difficult to see, so using a disclosing agent or a disclosing tablet can help. This will stain the plaque and make it a lot easier for you and your child to see the areas that are being missed. Then rinse with water and spit everything out. The plaque will stay colored and be much easier to see after that. Of course, after you're done brushing, it's also very, very important to brush your tongue. I also wanted to go over how teeth grow in, how teeth fall out, and how it relates to oral hygiene. Keep in mind I've generalized these ages and that every child is different. If you want, you can find a much more detailed chart on my website, as well as many other places online. When a child is about 6 months old, they start to get the incisors here in the front of the mouth. Here on the front of the upper front teeth is the most common area for infants to get cavities, especially if they go to bed with juice or milk from a bottle, a sippy cup, or from nursing. After you're done feeding them, use a small soft toothbrush or a washcloth to wipe their teeth. Be sure to clean along the gum line so they don't have juice or milk sitting on their teeth all night long. As they grow and get the rest of their primary teeth, continue to brush along the gum line and floss any teeth that touch. After about 3 years old, children usually have all of their primary teeth. And for a few years, usually no teeth will be coming in and hopefully no teeth will be falling out. When a child is about 6 years old, most children will start to replace their lower central incisors with permanent incisors. At about the same time, they also get the first permanent molars in the back of the mouth. These permanent teeth don't push out a baby tooth, so they can go unnoticed. It's very important to keep these teeth clean, so one of the easiest ways to do this is to get sealants placed on them. A sealant is a small, tooth-colored filling that fills in the deep cracks and grooves in the center of these molars and makes it much less likely to get cavities over the rest of your life. By the time a child is 8 years old, usually all 8 of the primary incisors will have been replaced by permanent incisors. After the incisors come in, there might be a few years with no new teeth erupting. Around 12 to 14 years old, the 12 primary canines and molars will usually be replaced with permanent teeth. Children will also get another set of molars in the back of the mouth. As teeth are coming in and falling out, sometimes the gums around them can be tender and sensitive. If your child is having a hard time brushing a specific area because of sore gums around a tooth that doesn't want to come out, they may need a little help. It's usually better to be sore for a day than to not brush one side of their mouth for a few weeks or months. By the time a child is about 14 or 15 years old, the baby teeth are almost always gone and all the permanent teeth will have come in except for the wisdom teeth that come in about 18 years old. Hopefully, they will have learned how to keep all these brand new teeth healthy so they'll last for the rest of their lives. And that's really what we're trying to do here. It's not only to help children grow up with healthy teeth, but to teach them how to keep their teeth healthy for their whole life. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want, there are free dental coloring pages and worksheets on my website. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to write below, or feel free to talk to your dental professional. I also wanted to say a big thank you to all my patients and friends who helped me out with this video. I could not have done it without you.